Okay, so welcome to Retech, and today we're going to cover a game, The Lands of Zador. And you know, it's not often we cover games on here, but I'm going to do it a little bit more because they are part of the retro kind of history of these computers, and also it's a bit of fun as well. And it's fun because these are new games, or newish games that have come out for these machines, which there's not that many of, and it's nice to see them still being produced. And if they are being produced and you're into retro computers, then you must back them. You must try and buy at least one or two, maybe a year, to add to your collection, maybe more if you feel so inclined. But it's nice to support the community. So we're going to have a look at the Lands of Zador, but in a very slightly different way to normal, okay, what most people do on channels, because I'm going to use a person who should have been around at the time because he loves these machines, and he was the right age to try these games out, because we would have been around about the same age when these machines were new. And it's nice to get a perspective from somebody who plays the Xbox and plays the PlayStation and so on, and it's nice to see what they think and what they make of these classically styled games. Now, the Lands of Zador comes in a really nicely packaged design. I mean, it's really professional. It's very nicely done, nice glossy covers, glossy cases, with some kind of screenshots on the back, as they used to do. And it all looks very, very nice. And you don't have to buy the premium version. They do a few different versions, from cassette to disc. This is the disc version, to a standard or a basic disc version, which is just the floppy disk, or the premium packs, which they do as well, which this one is, which includes the case, the cover, the inlays, the download and so on, which is nice. It's a really nicely thought out package by a company called Psytronik, and I've done a few games from them lately because they're really good. I mean, they get the packages out on time, there's no fuss, there's no mess, you just order and go, and it's nicely done. But we have a little bit of a but, because this game is meant to be for the Commodore Plus 4 or the expanded Commodore 16. Now, I had a problem with the Plus 4 version. The Plus 4 really has the memory. It should be uniquely happy running this game, but it's not. I tried 5 Plus 4s, including a completely rebuilt one with a separate CPU, a brand new PLA and so on, and didn't want to know. I tried this machine here, which is a completely rebuilt Plus 4. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever, passed all its diagnostics, runs perfectly on everything else, just freezes. So then I worked on to a few other Plus 4s, and in total I tried 5 Plus 4s, and it does exactly the same, including a completely original, unmolested Plus 4, which still in its original box, out of the box, powered it on, did the same when you're trying to run the game. So there's an issue with the Plus 4 running this game. Now, I decided then to use it on a Commodore C16, and this C16 you can see in the background playing merrily. Nice tune, nice intro, runs fine. It runs really well, there's no problems. This C16 has been expanded to 64K. It also has the Plus 4 ROM set in, so you know, for all intents and purposes, it's a Plus 4 in a C16 bread bin style case, without the user port, but it's virtually the same machine. So this machine runs quite happily, it works, there's no problems, and it plays the game really well. So that's what we're going to use for the test, and we're going to use Marcus, who's volunteered to have a look at the game. So let's jump in, let's have a look, and let's see how this game stacks up.
So today we're going to be playing a game called The Land of Zador on the C16. So we're loading it on a Commodore 16 because we tried 4 different Commodore Plus 4s, and it worked first time on the Commodore 16. So it's now loaded on the game. So let's test it out. So this is the game. It's got actually nice music to it. This game is smooth so far. The game runs a little smooth, and the graphics are actually really good. So let's keep on playing, see what happens. Don't know what you really do in this game. This game is... I can't move. This game is weird. Like, there's not much you can do in this game so far. All I've done is like collect the diamonds and run around. Don't think there's much to do in this. Oh, I think I know what to do. No. Wait, we could have just done that. Just done wall. And then just gone boing. Then boing, continue your quest in the caves below. How do we do that? Oh! Oh! Here are 3 magical butterflies for you to use when with care. Oh, wow. What is this? Oh no, 1 life lost, you have 3 lives remaining. If you think it can't be done, there are always ways to make it work. Let's move the stone. What does that mean by move the stone? This is what? I can get on there. What the? Oh gee. Oh, that's a close one, boy. What the? Oh, what? It's like a cave in. What? From my down. This game is really hard, actually. Bruh. Why is this game so hard? I know. 1 life lost. Prepare, you have 3 lives remaining. Wait, I already have 3 lives. That's a head jump. Oh, what? Hello, what way? This is difficult. What? Katie, I am looking for the old crystal. The game is hard. It just looks like it looks like it's glitching, but it's not, and I don't know why that happens. Just all part of the game, really. The music sounds good, it's really good. As you can hear it, it's really good. I enjoyed the game because I didn't get any clues, and it was hard, so I just had it to give it all my go. It was really fun to play. You kids out watching, you should try get this. Try actually beat me. The graphics look not that good, but it looked really cool. Like when it moves, it just looks like an action figure just going like that, and it's really cool. So the gameplay was good. The sounds are really good. The graphics look really cool too, and whilst I was playing that, I felt happy because I haven't played a game like this for a long while. Between this and Pets Rescue, I think Pets Rescue is better because you can actually move more further around on the first bit, and you could just like jump to different spots. Graphics, Pet Rescues are better because it looks a bit more cooler, and because it actually moves more quick and smoother. I would play this one over the weekends, try to get better at it, and same as Pet Rescue. I would like this game on my machine so I can get better and try to learn how to use the game and see how it goes.
You've seen the game running, you've seen Marcus's comments on it, and you know, to be honest, I'll give you my 2p worth because his comments were almost, well, to be honest, they were spot on, because the gameplay is good, the game itself is good, the graphics are kind of so-so. The graphics could have been a little bit better, because if you kind of compare it to Pets Rescue, it's not quite there, but it's a nice game. The main sprite could have been a bit more colourful, because if you remember, these machines have a better colour palette than the Commodore 64 anyway, so they could have used a few more colours. That's maybe nitpicking a bit, but it's it runs well, it plays well, it's a good game, it keeps you entertained, it has enough features in it and enough kind of mini puzzles to keep you going back to the game, which is good. Its downsides are it's not quite up there on the scrolling. You see, the scrolling on it is a little bit on the kind of non-fluid side. It's a little bit jittery, and I think that's probably because they put a lot of effort into making a sort of semi-parallaxed kind of scrolling to it, where you know, you jump, the background doesn't lift as much and the foreground lifts more and so on, and it's a very nice touch. But the Plus 4 being an 8-bit machine doesn't have the overall oomph to shove it along, even though it's a lot quicker than the Commodore 64, but it's still, you can still tell, because parallax scrolling or parallax style scrolling really only came into its own on the later kind of 16 and 32-bit micros, not a humble 8-bit machine, but it does it very well. I like the game, it plays very well. The music is absolutely brilliant. It's you wouldn't really be ashamed if this was on a Commodore 64, and it shows off what this machine could do. Games like this, games like Pet Rescue and so on, really do show off what the Commodore 16 and the Humble Plus 4 can actually do as far as graphics and games and sound. And they were a little let down by Commodore's marketing, but that's a whole different story. But overall the game's really good, the packaging is fantastic, the company who ships them is brilliant. You shouldn't have any complaints against them whatsoever, and it's a nice rounded game. So yeah, if you got a chance, buy it. If you have Pets Rescue, buy it. It's kind of similar, but they've tried to make it a little bit more kind of up to date with its scrolling and that, but it doesn't quite get there, but it's not enough to put you off the game. So I hope you enjoyed this review of this game, and I hope you would like to subscribe, and I hope you will watch our other game reviews on here, especially with Marcus, because he really enjoys doing them, and also our history side of it, and also the repairs and everything we do for retro machines. Okay, so there's also a side project channel coming out shortly in January, and it is the Retro Hour. It's going to be once or twice a month. It's going to be based on more of the kind of game playing side, the games that kind of changed the industry, game reviews. It's also going to have hardware reviews and a kind of review of the month that's gone past. So a review of all the videos and what other people have said, review of comments. It's going to be kind of a little bit more of a mix and match channel. And I hope you join me on that, hopefully in January when it's all gets put together. But also I have a website out there, and the link's at the bottom. And we've also got a Facebook page, so please have a look, subscribe, log on, have a wander, put your 2p's worth in there. And if you have any suggestions as well, then suggest something for videos and so on. And also on the side project channel, the Retro Hour, I'm going to go through some of your comments and hopefully get to grips with that a bit more, because there is an awful lot of comments that I never get round to seeing, simply because there's not enough time, and YouTube isn't the best way of kind of putting comments down, because they do get missed and they do get kind of pushed further and further down by other comments. So I will try and address some of that as well going forward, and I'd love to hear your suggestions. So thanks for watching, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.